Okay everyone, so let's talk a little bit about what we did for the workspace. So we kind of ran out a little bit of time. So at this point what you have is you have gauges as a new choice when you go into your widget panel. So one of the things, make sure you're on SANBI subscriber, firstwatch.net/FW demo. Click on your workspace tab that you're looking to do. For the gauges, I would recommend setting up a test before you change anybody else's gauges so you become familiar with the data. When you open it up, in this case I've got a 3 panel. You can see that we have a performance gauge, a gauge with stats, and a sentinel based gauge. Where you'll find these new widgets is if you click into the add widget panel. There's new links. You have a beta gauge with stat, you have the beta gauge, and then you also have, I think what's still coming is a gauge set. So I'm going to go ahead and close this up. So one of the things I'll tell you off the front, at this point we're having an issue with drilling into the gauges, which is why I'd like you to have them on a test tab. That should be fixed by the time you guys get to Pinnacle. So talking about the first gauge, so trigger name is up at the top. It has a clear background. One of the things we're still working on is possibly adding some shading, so this will look a little bit different. Your performance standard is in the middle. Your counts, actual calls, and total calls are down at the bottom. And one of the other changes is the ability, instead of up at the top, choosing current month to date, year to date is now down at the bottom. And it's a quick change of now, month to date, year to date. It's relatively quick, it's fast. So another change that you'll see is we took the green color off the top. We only will apply color when there's a change you need to know about. So when the triggers alert, they recalculate, they go offline. That's when you'll see the color indication. Otherwise, it will remain white at the top. Performance gauge with stats. So this is the same. One of the things that we did take off is the bottom is the total responses and the in compliance. Since you have those in a text format here, it gives you a cleaner look and feel. Again, these are highly beta, so I'd say make sure that you become comfortable with them and kind of play around. I also would think that you're going to have some suggestions from your end users on these. And then one of the things we need to know is if I choose a sentinel or a trend-based gauge, we have a limitation right now with Telerik that we're tapping out at 100. In this particular case, I'm only looking at 44 calls, but if I had something where I have a high volume system that has, 10 or 20,000, even over anything over 100, your needle is going to get tapped out at 100, so you won't see any other indication, right? So it won't make sense to really put a numeric value in a gauge moving forward, and I know that some of you don't like the gauges, so that won't really matter. One of the other things that we're thinking about trying to get before you guys start or during the week is a tile widget. So for counts or customers who don't prefer the gauges, you'll have a tile that could show either percentage or a count of calls. So that's kind of it for the workspace changes. There'll be more to come hopefully through the week. I will, as we get updates, I think we should send a product update to the Pinnacle team. And if you guys have any questions while you're there, please feel free to pull me in, or Chris will be in the office and we can help you out.